you need to put all your energy into this. Don't go out party. If you really want this so badly, you will put your head down and work. I've sacrificed my whole 20s for this career. So it's like you have to make your decisions. You have to know who you are and you have to go guns a-blazing because these people won't have time for you. 5 years ago, I was working in my like room till like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm like, I hope this pays off. Like you're crying and you're like just wishing like it does work. I found a really good mentor and I was so lucky to grab her because she not only taught me how to take a good photo, but she taught me the mindset of photography and just being an artist. I will keep on knocking on your door until you say yes, and I will be so resilient.
Very good.
To get what I want because I know I can do it. No matter how hard this industry rejects you, you just have to keep on going. And you know it will work because you'll see other people do it too.
Today I'm joined by fashion photographer and Canon ambassador Steph Pedersen. Steph's built her career working with some of the biggest names in fashion, and she's also part of the Circle, Canon's new mentorship program designed to support creatives through an online platform and in-person workshops. In this episode, we dive into her journey in the fashion industry, the lessons she's learned over the past decade, and her advice for photographers looking to break into the world of fashion. If you're a creative looking for practical advice, inspiration, or just a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to make it in the fashion industry, then this episode's got so much value for you. So let's get into it. You've been doing this for a very long time.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I've seen you say that you've been a creative girl.
Yes.
Since you were very young.
Yes, correct.
Yeah?
You've done your research.
I've done a little bit.
Oh, God. Here we go.
From the age of 12,
yes.
You just loved to draw and be creative.
Exactly.
Yeah?
I actually did. I went back to my family house, like on the weekend, and I saw, like, me, like, 5 years old, like, hanging up, like, a cool painting, and I was like,
wow.
Damn, I need that for the archives.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to keep those things.
I'm like, I need to scan this.
Where do you think that came from?
I always say it's like from my aunt. Like, so my parents, they weren't at home a lot. Mm-hmm. So it was like growing up with a aunt figure, kind of like not going too much into depth.
Yep.
And yeah, she was like the pinpoint of my art, like nurturing it. Like I think you need...
She encouraged you to do it?
Exactly. And I think you need just one person to encourage you at a really young age because like from 1 to 7, like that's literally like who you're going to be as a person, right? So she really fostered that like muscle, I would say. Like I think, yeah, she really encouraged me to grow, do it. And yeah, and then after once she passed away, it was like all in deep because I wanted to do it just for her. So I put all my energy once she passed into drawing, flexing that muscle. And I think it's something really powerful.
Yeah, true. That's a pretty deep like meaning.
Sorry, that was like
to get right into it.
Like, how do I answer this without like not bullshitting it too?
You're like I'm gonna be like, honest and just tell him. Wow. Yeah. And how long ago was that?
Since she passed, or like
yeah.
It was actually 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Literally next month.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you would have been a teenager back then.
Yeah, I think I was like 15, 16. Yeah.
I haven't experienced anything like that, so it's hard for me to relate.
Yeah.
But from hearing like other people go through similar stories, you either like embrace it, go all in, or it just puts you off because you don't want to be associated with it at all.
100%.
And you just decided to kind of like, you wanted to...
Yeah. And my neighbor actually was an artist. So I used to like, in that really dark, not really dark time. Like
tough time, yeah.
In those tough times, like I would go to my neighbor's house and she was an artist and it was kind of cool because I just literally came back from the weekend and seeing her studio.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa, like kind of like a full circle moment. It's like seeing that in an adult sense and then childhood sense.
True.
And I was like, well, you were one of also my influences when I was a kid. Like,
it's hard to realize when you're so young.
100%.
That these people have like a big influence on what you're trying to do.
Exactly. It could be even like your neighbor, your dog, like your, like, I don't know, just little things like that. Like, for example, like even yourself, like inspiring, like you got, it doesn't have to be one person. It can be like a facet of things that can inspire you.
Not even when you're young, even when you're older, your environment plays such a big role
100%.
on what influences you, whether you like it or not, you know? And it's knowing whether those people or whatever it is a good influence or a bad influence, because you could also have bad influences around you as well without realizing it.
It's how you design your environment.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's not just even the environment. I think it's like also the people that you have that inspire you.
Yep. Exactly. And then, so you were 16 at the time. And I think, is this what you were talking about when you were speaking at FrameFest? You said like it had taken you 10 years to get here. So
100%.
So that's the beginning of that journey. That was 10 years ago.
I would say I was like photography, less than 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
But as a crux of it, an artist, 10 years.
So before photography, what were you doing creatively?
Man, I was a nerd. I was like that weird kid that like, it's so funny.
What did you like? What did you like doing? Drawing?
Yeah, I love drawing. I have so many drawings. Like I love going back to like my old place and just seeing like the scribbles, the sketches, like, because again, like I see that, I'm like, well, this is like what really built who I am now, which is crazy. So like just drawing little things, and obviously they were shit, like they were bad.
Yeah.
But it's like you value so much because that's what started you.
Of course.
And that's an inspirational point, because like not many people, like photographers these days, have that foundation. Mm-hmm. So coming from a drawing background and a fine art background, like, whoa, like this is amazing. And it's like, it's not even the drawing element, it's more like the fine art history that you get from drawing, like learning the elements of principles of design from a really young age, and just having that knowledge. Or even artists, like the history of art, the history of photography, and just having that like knowledge of those really play a part of that, because people don't know that. People don't know, they like photography but they don't really know the history of photography.
Yes, correct.
And I think that what makes a good photographer is when you know the history of photography.
And I think it's worth doing because it gives you a deeper appreciation of what you're doing, and when you look at other people's work as well.
Oh my gosh, and even going overseas and seeing that work that you studied in high school, like traveling overseas, and I was like, well, like I'm seeing Monet in person, I'm seeing like these works that I used to study in high school. It's like you have a greater level, like you say, of appreciation and value.
When did you pick up a camera?
When I was 14.
When you were 14?
And I have a photo of it too.
Oh, really?
Because I added it to my
I need that photo. So you've got a camera, but like you're not really taking it that serious yet.
Yes, correct.
At what point do you start leaning into using your camera a bit more?
When I was 19, I would say.
Yep.
Because I just saw like, that's when Instagram started like popping off, and I just saw like these photographers like taking photos of like hot chicks on the street. I was like, sick, okay, like, is this a thing? Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, true.
And I was like, I knew, because my dad's like a business person too, so it's like,
that helps.
He would always drive in like money, like how are you going to make money through this? Like,
is that a good thing?
100%. Like, again, like my dad would be an influence on me as well. It's like, as an artist, you can't solely rely on your art.
Yep.
You need to know how to strategize business.
Yes, correct. Very good.
Because you can't make, it goes hand in hand.
Yes.
And if people don't have that influence growing up, then I don't think you'll be successful.
I agree.
Like 100%. Like I will always say, yes, you can be successful in your art, but I don't think you can leverage it or strategize it in a way where it will make you, you know?
True. And I don't think people should shy away from like making money, because it gives you the freedom to do what you love.
Yep.
You know, and there's a lot of people that you see both sides. There are people that aren't as creatively talented, but they're doing really, really well because they understand the business side of it.
Totally.
And vice versa. There are people that are amazing at what they do, but they struggle financially because they don't know how to sell their art.
Exactly.
And you need a balance, or at least an understanding of both.
Yes.
So when you were in high school, what did you think you were going to be? Was there like a clear path? How much clarity did you have?
I knew I was an artist.
An artist.
I knew it.
Did you know like what type, like did you know you were going to be a photographer in the fashion industry, or was it just I know I'm an artist, I'm a creative person, I don't know what that looks like? Yeah. Or was there like a clear vision and pathway to what you wanted to achieve?
Good question, actually. Great.
Thank you.
I value. I always think it's like I knew I was just a creative person because I knew I was different. I could see like in high school, like, again, everything kind of started from high school. It's like I would see like people just studying, and I grew up in the West, like in Kurrajong, like on a farm, essentially. It's like,
wow,
it's nothing like this is like clarified as real, and like coming from like a business dad and like a nurse mum, like this career is not feasible. Like people would not think it would be a career. So like in that kind of environment of world growing up, it's like I knew I was creative, but I just knew that I didn't know what path or like what job, like you were saying.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was very similar with when I started. I started really late. I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to do something creative. I didn't know what it looked like.
Exactly.
And I had to figure it out as I went along. And the more I did it, the more clarity I had. I was like, I really like this, don't really like that too much. And you just have to keep doing until you figure it out.
100%. I think it's like, I don't know, like just going to that art class and that urge and passion. I'm like, holy shit, like this is amazing. Like this is something that I really want to pursue, but I just don't know it yet. And I think it took a lot of growing up and traveling and experiences and a lot of like just dropping the ego and like just grounding myself. Like that's when you take it professionally.
So you're like in this period, like you're in a part of Sydney, like you're on a farm. It doesn't seem like a real
I have photos.
I want all these photos, dude. But like if you're in a place where like people are saying, you know, it's probably not a feasible career or it's not realistic. When do you realize that this is something that could be a career realistically? Like you've obviously got to think different to your environment.
Yeah. So I think it was like Instagram actually plays a huge role because you could see like...
It opens you to the rest of the world, that there's something more out there than...
100%.
Yeah.
And I would see like, it's crazy, like my role model now would be like Emily, like, and I sister now. Like I just got onto her team. And I could see her doing it when she was like in her 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so I see these people doing it. Cool. That just gives like a pinpoint, like a not like, I don't know, like if you see someone doing it, you know, in your mind it's achievable. So it's like, I just have to work towards that. Whatever it takes, I just have to get to that point. And you know that.
Yes, I agree. Very good.
And having those role models, cool.
I think that's a great thing about the internet. A great thing about like, especially this pod, that's almost like the goal of this pod, like seeing so many people that are out there doing
100%.
it that are very relatable. You know,
100%.
There's probably some girl living on a farm out west right now.
I've got you, girl.
Who could watch this and be like, this could be me.
I've got you.
And then, so you're there, you've decided, all right, I want to be a creative. You're finishing high school. Is there a plan? What are the first steps you take?
No.
Heck no.
I did have a plan. Like when I was 18, when I was 16, I started interning at
Epic.
The MCA.
Yes, I saw that.
Which is crazy, probably on my LinkedIn, you know. That was really good because I would travel in and out from the city, so it would take me like an hour and a half or 2 hours to get into the city.
So just for anyone, the Museum of Contemporary Arts.
Yeah.
So at 16 you decided to intern there.
Yeah.
What was the thought process? Like what made you want to do that?
I just wanted to get out, and my art teacher at the time was like, if you want to get experience, you have to do this.
Yeah, cool.
So I did it somehow, got in, don't know how.
So you have to apply for this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if it was just like 1 or 2 times like a week, it still, again, got me exposed to like people in Sydney.
Yeah.
Because like out west, like people hate coming out to the city. So it really like forced me to come out.
How often were you doing that?
Yeah, once a week.
Once a week you'd come out?
Yeah.
And what were they getting you to do?
So my first one, it was like tour guiding. So I was like at 16 trying to like research 3 artworks and then like wrangle like all these people who don't want to be for like half an hour. And I just didn't know what I was talking about. And then I like, again, like it's crazy now because like I'm so now used to talking in front of a camera, but it's also like back then I would be like, how am I talking to people? I'd come home, ring Dad, I'm like, Dad, I can't do this.
Wow. What an experience. And you were 16 at the time.
Yeah, literally, like 16, 17.
How good though.
Which is like crazy.
It'd be hard to realise at the time, but like those skills are valuable.
Yeah.
To learn.
With my little notes on the train.
Wow. And you got better at it, and this exposed you to art a little bit more in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from there?
Then I did high school, finished that. I got my first, again, like, I think going back to the MCA thing, I started doing events and like they had this whole thing called like Gen Next. So like we would really like host events. Okay. And it was like for people who are under 18.
Yep.
So it was really cool because then you would meet other people who were in creative, like, and it built such a community.
So what are they're like creative events
Yeah.
that you're hosting?
So
Cool.
like it would be under the MCA umbrella, and then it would be like a Sunday program called Gen Next.
Mm-hmm.
And would invite people under the age of 18 to come. You would do like activations, like activities on different levels. Like if you know MCA, they would have like a live band on top of the rooftop.
How cool.
And like free drinks, free like nibblies. And it's just like a great way to bring people in that space together. But again, I wouldn't have that in Hawkesbury. So it's a really good thing to know that there is like a sense of community.
True.
Which I'm valuing now, and how important community is.
Yes. Yeah, true. And were you using these events as networking opportunities?
Yeah, I think networking, or just even getting that like feel of being in that creative space, which I didn't have access to back at home, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course it does. It's super inspiring. Just being in a room with other creatives alone is huge. Felt that at FrameFest.
Yes.
You know, just being in a room with like 1,000 other creatives, whether you like it or not, you're inspired.
It's
you know,
so
without
contagious.
even trying. Yes, it's a contagious feeling. And
I'm feeling inspired by you right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Likewise. But I can imagine for sure. And when you're a teenager still, being in an environment like that, that's a good starting point.
100%.
Because a lot of people probably wouldn't recognize that as an opportunity or an avenue for growth.
No. And growing up in like the West, you just feel so lonely and so isolated.
Yeah.
And like I've talked to a few friends and mates who've grown up in Penrith, and like all them, it's like, yeah, we all have the same feeling. It's like we feel so alone doing this because it's like we didn't have someone else to like refer back to, or like we didn't refer back to anyone. Again, now it's like way more prone, but it's like back then, like 10 years ago, like it wouldn't be a thing.
So you felt a bit lonely while doing
100%. And people would kind of criticize you and be like, what are you doing? Why are you so obsessed with this like art world? Like I was carrying like artwork on the bus like as a kid, and like I don't know, I just felt so passionate about this because I knew that I was good at it.
How did you feel when you knew that it wasn't very accepted by the people around you?
I was the only one who was so hungry for it.
Yeah, but did it make you have doubts?
100%.
Yeah.
Especially coming from my mother, who's like Filipino as well. Like when someone doesn't encourage you to do something, or just know that you can't make money off like a hobby, that's when you have doubt and like that insecurity in your head.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So you had that from her?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Which I think is common and normal. And 100%. I think your parents just want the best for you, and they want security, and they want you to have a job that provides for you. And when there's a bit of uncertainty there,
you're like, nah.
Yeah. And I've felt that too. They just want the best for you. They want you to have the job that pays you comfortably, and you know 100%. You can just turn up to all the time. Even whether you love it or not, they don't really care. They just want you to be looked after.
Yeah.
So I get that. And I've had a lot of people on that have said the same thing. Like their parents are just so against them going off doing some weird creative thing when there's
it's like, why are you in the middle of a field with a camera taking photos?
And it's like, how are you going to make this work? How are you going to make money from this? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And you know they do it out of love, but at the same time, it makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
Because you want the encouragement that you probably would have had from your auntie, who would have just told you to go for it.
Yeah. But like sometimes like with that doubt and everyone knowing that like it will reject you, it keeps on making you come back, because it's like, I can prove something to you. I'm going to work 10 times harder to prove that you're wrong. And when you get that feeling, you're like, damn, that feels so good because I did that all on my own.
Correct. I can relate to that. I feel the same. And I think that's like a mind shift or a way of thinking that not everyone has.
Totally.
But because it's like when you have that, when your parents say, you know, they have their doubts, or whoever it is tells you that you shouldn't be doing something, you can either like go into your shell and be afraid and let the doubt take over. Yeah. Or you can think, no, I'm going to work 10 times harder because I want to prove to you that I can do this. It's almost like, I can't believe you don't believe in me. Like, you really don't think I can make this work.
Yeah, you're speaking to my core right now.
Yeah, I've had those same feelings. And I want to work so much harder. And it's all like, my girlfriend tells me it's because of my shout out to Mon. She's like, it's a characteristic of mine. I don't know whether it's a bad one or a good one, but I want to work so hard just to prove that I can do it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
100%.
I think it's a good thing.
So that's like a tangent.
Yeah. Which is good. And then when did you decide to just go all in? Like, how did you go about this? Like, I feel like you're doing some internships, some events. You're going to the MCA once a week.
I actually did fashion for like 6 months. I dropped out. I was like a drop kick.
What do you mean you did fashion? You studied fashion?
I studied fashion marketing for about 6 months.
Yep.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the people, but I was like, nah, this is not for me. Because I was like, I just saw everyone else being super passionate about PR, writing, and I was like, it was good because it got me introduced to like the fashion world.
Yep.
Because I would not know any of these brands. I'm like, what the heck? So like just in that self of learning what the climate is, what PR is, like that little bit of knowledge did help.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I love the more creative side, like the mood boarding, like just being super tangible with what I wanted to create instead of doing it in writing. And then I just saw that one of those girls like posting on Instagram, like all these girls shooting, and I was like, oh, this is a thing. And then I went, I want that job. I want to do that. How the hell do you do that? So I just worked really hard into figuring out how to do it, and then I went all in.
But those 6 months were valuable.
100%.
Yeah.
I still think it is and isn't, but when I do look back, it's like if I didn't have that, that was also still a foundation of like what I'm doing now, you know?
I agree. I think the same thing. Like being in the environment and learning that side of things can benefit you later on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a waste of time. I've learned a lot, like we spoke about, I've learned a lot of this through my girlfriend who's also in the fashion industry. Yeah, but she's been in, for, over 10, 11 years, like a very long time within the fashion industry. So my only knowledge of working in the fashion industry is through her.
Yes.
So all of these questions come through the topics that I've spoken to her about. But she started off as an intern as well and did all the little shitty jobs, but understands everything now. Even though like the work she's doing now is so unrelated to what she was doing at the beginning, she understands all those parts.
But it's invaluable experience. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I remember I was like a few months ago listening to Ray Morris talk, and she's like one of the best makeup artists in like Australia. She's like the best advice I could ever give someone would be like interning and working for free. Yeah. Because it's like that experience in itself is so invaluable when you're learning in the industry, because you're working and seeing people how they work. Yep. Payment comes later. Money returns and goes, but the experience in that is so invaluable. Yep. Because you can work around that and build.
Exactly. I think so too. And even though you're not getting paid, you're learning at a much faster rate than trying to do it by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how often were you putting yourself in situations where you were doing free work? Because I know
doing it now.
Yeah, still doing it now. I know a lot of people, especially in the fashion world, they'll intern or they'll volunteer to work at like Fashion Week. Yeah. And things like that. Is that something that you have done in the past?
Yeah, I did that for 5 years.
Yeah, a lot of people do, right?
It was great. It was like, again, it was like the MCA world. It's like just having these experiences of just being behind the scenes. And again, like being from Western Sydney, like you don't get these opportunities. So it's like, actually, I would say like that fashion place like that I interned for, that I studied at for 6 months. Yep. That got me into volunteering at
Fashion Week.
Fashion Week, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask. Like, how does someone get into that? Get into Fashion Week? Yeah,
so like when I was studying for those 6 months, they were like, hey, like, because a lot of these fashion unis, are so good, they get opportunities like for the students. So through that, I was one of those people who was pretty keen and pretty interested, got signed in, got accepted, and then started interning at Fashion Week through Myra Dore.
Wow.
Yeah. And
what's that environment like? Because it's pretty full on, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's like, it was amazing. Like you would get in, you would meet all these other girls who are interested in the same thing that you were. Yeah. You would be dressing the models. You would be like, oh wow, just seeing the chaos behind the scenes of what actually takes to put on these runway shows. Then you would see the front of house and seeing all these guests come in who have like been literally glammed from like head to toe, and like would see how like you would usher, get people, see the way that they work, like high profile guests. Yep. So it was again like a really great intro into like,
what an experience.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get, like, it's very hard to get that any other way.
100%.
Especially when you're just starting out or trying to find your way through.
Yeah. So that was great. And then I started shooting it, and I'm like, whoa, like from interning for 2 years to like shooting backstage and now like getting booked out throughout the week and being actually invited to shoot.
Wow.
It's such a full circle and like crazy moment.
So volunteering or even interning at these things opens doors and opportunities
100.
afterwards too, though, right?
Yep. You all start somewhere and then you just build and like it does come back in full circle, I think.
And even networking opportunities, right? Something that I want to talk, especially in what you do. When you do shoots, especially the type of shoots you do, there's a whole team behind this, like hair and makeup, like there's everything. A solid list of people that aren't just photographers or videographers.
Correct.
And something that I realized at Frame Fest, or even with the creatives that I hang out with, they hang out with or they network with other photographers.
Yeah.
How important is it to network with people outside of photography, like stylists, hair and makeup?
Huge.
If for someone just starting out, who should they be looking to network with outside of just other photographers?
I always say, and like this is great because I hosted my first event with Canon.
Congrats.
This week.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too. Very cool.
So again, like it's actually really good asking that because I got a lot of those questions on the weekend. So I would approach it in a way where working out with just you and the model first. And then from there you get the experience of how to talk to a model. You would get the experience of like dealing with their agency and learning how to approach that because you never go through a model directly. You would always go through the agent, create a really good relationship with the agent and then do it from that. I was doing that at like 17, 18.
Wow. What made you do that?
I was like, you can never get a meeting in an email first.
Yep.
It's always good to meet someone in person.
Yeah, of course.
So I'd like go into the train like when I was really young.
Yeah.
Introduce myself to these like modeling agencies.
Good job.
And I was like, what am I doing here? But I'm like, I have to give it a crack. So I'm going to do that. And again, like creating really good relationship with these agencies and agents until like they would give me these girls and they would only place the girl with their level of experience to the level of experience with the photographer. And that was really great information to know as well because it's like as you built your skill as a photographer, then you would get better models, vice versa.
Yeah, true.
And again, just shooting as much as possible, testing. Once you get a really good portfolio, you would then start reaching out with makeup artists and then getting a makeup artist on. And once you get that experience, then you would get a stylist. And then maybe once you get that work, you would get like a assistant of your own to help you with the production.
Yeah, and you're slowly just building a team together. Yeah,
and getting like a videographer, getting a cine, and then like from that, like you would just build and like.
Very cool. So that'd be the steps that you'd look to if you were just starting out.
100%.
And I think a lot of people don't realise how important a role these people actually play.
Oh, it's huge.
Especially when starting out. Like you think you can do everything until you work with a stylist or a makeup
artist. You can never do anything alone.
Yeah.
It's my best advice. You cannot do it alone.
Yes. And a lot of people try to.
It's so hard.
Yeah. And how much your work actually elevates when you do bring these people on.
Yeah. Mine has taught you a lot.
Yeah, and experience. I've had a tiny bit of experience. I've done some BTS for some fashion shoots.
Yeah.
And it's made me realize like, oh wow, this is like way better than me trying to do this on my own.
It's just chaos.
Yeah, and having
so
a stylist
chaos.
there, having a makeup artist there, you're like, oh my God, this is so much better now.
And you can focus on doing stuff that you love to do, which is just essentially just taking the photos. I hate saying the word content, like taking just the images in itself.
Yep, true. And then how do you go about work? What's your process when you get approached with a job? Like say you get a brief presented to you from a client. What's the process?
Good question. I would say, because I get a few of those now, which is great, I would always say, okay, so what is it? When do you want to do it? How much is it? Because again, like that's again my worth.
True.
And that's something that I'm like still learning now, like quoting for jobs.
Yeah,
and,
most people
knowing. So I would say like, hey, like let's have a chat, consultation call, get on the phone within like a few hours, a few days, just to get a kind of a gauge of like the concept, what you want, what you're looking for. Then from there you would get the shoot date. Depends, like I was working at an event last night. I did the same thing, like show me what you want, show me what you want to achieve. Let's do a call. Let's digest this over like person because again, like it's easier to communicate for me.
Yep.
Because again, everyone has their form of methods, but for me, it's always calling.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a call, then you can kind of gauge the personality of the person, I would say. And then from there, you would work, wait till the day, get all your gear prep sorted, and then shoot the job. And then from shooting, you would do the edits, but then also clarifying what you need to do and your expectations for the day ahead in like an email, text, or like a client consultation, I would say.
And when do you think a team starts getting involved?
Either from, again, it's like how long is a piece of string? It's like sometimes the client can bring on the team. Yeah. And you'll just be like, sweet, I just bring my photo crew. Yep. And that's all I have to organise from that end. Mm-hmm. Or it could be a vice versa. Like the photographer can bring in as a producer role. And the client will maybe need some help. Mm-hmm. And this is what's happened to me in the past where it's like my role has kind of merged into a producer role. And I would have to source my team and who I like working with.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again, a lot of brands know that people like to work with people that they like. So sometimes they would be like, hey, if there's anyone that you do like to work with, hands up, like I'm happy to gauge their rate and like. Yep. But sometimes it could be in the other foot and they would already have a team sorted out and you would just have to show up with your crew.
That'd be such a different experience, don't you think? Like when you're working with a team that you're familiar with, that you've worked with in the past, you know them, they know you, rather than just being a part of a team of people that you don't know.
Yeah. It's like high school. Like you just...
It's like high school. I'm not used to working with a team. This is why it's all very interesting to me.
And you have to make magic and you have to kind of all get along.
True.
Personalities. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm. And then when I've worked with brands, like a lot of the time they come with like exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Right. Like
it's amazing.
Yeah. This is what we want. This is the brief. This is the look that we want. Everything's here for you. We just need you to execute on it.
Yeah.
Do you ever find it challenging to incorporate like your own style to something that's brought to you? So like,
yeah, totally.
Making it your own, but at the same time, keeping the client happy. Is there a mix of that? Or do you have to separately, like if I want to do something that's mine, I have to create it outside of this passion project. I don't want to insert any of my style into this when I'm working with brands.
Sometimes like I find that people who do reach out to me now, they get my style. Yep. Or I always just communicate ahead of time. It's like, hey, look, like this is something that I don't really do, but I will have to bring my style into it. Or I could shoot in a way where it's my style, but my color grading can change. Or like, and then I'll proof that with you guys ahead of time and get like client revisions. So I think it's always trying to find like a middle ground of like, okay, cool, I can shoot what you want in my kind of eye, but I can grade it to what you want. And then just finding that middle ground or like...
balance of both. I think a lot of that's just communication, right? When you don't communicate.
Or you can communicate it, but you know exactly what you're going to do in that kind of time and you can action it.
Yeah, true. You really need to know the scope of like what you're getting yourself into when you're getting into these jobs. How are you like finding work these days? How would someone in your position be finding jobs?
At the moment, it's all through word of mouth.
Yep.
I did say on the weekend, it's like all these testing are working for free. It's kind of like, I put it in a way where it's like a tradie, essentially. Like you're in your apprentice stage of like being a photographer. Like you're assisting, you're learning, you're getting all that fundamental skills and knowledge. I'm still doing that now because I just love to learn as much as possible. But especially in those 2 to 3 years or maybe 5 years, 10 years, however long it like gets you, it's crucial just to build up that experience and then build up a style. And that's kind of like when clients come to you, they kind of ask you for that style. So this could be through word of mouth, through Instagram. Again, working from those teams, like working with a past stylist, hey, I got this job, I reckon you should be great for it. And I think that's where a lot of jobs come from. I do say number one would be like word of mouth. Second would be Instagram. But even with word of mouth, people trust people that they've worked with. And that trust is huge because clients know that they can deliver.
Yes, that's true.
And you can deliver through that word of mouth and trust.
Yep, I agree. And in terms of, you mentioned there like finding your style. How do you think you found your style? Like there's a lot of ways that you could go about this starting out. Like we've talked about internships, building your portfolio, like going off and doing your own work. And you've also mentioned assisting another photographer.
Yes.
They're all very different ways of learning.
Yeah.
What do you think's more important? If someone's just starting out, should they focus on, if they want to find their own style, should they just be going out straight away and trying to build their own portfolio?
Yeah.
Should they try and assist another photographer to learn off them, or should they be trying to intern? Like, I feel like there's so many choices and so many different ways to go about it.
100%. And I think, again, it's... No,
what have you found more valuable? Because I feel like you've done all of this.
Yeah. Like an ADHD. Like, still am.
Yeah.
I do say the most valuable thing would be assisting in internships. But again, like I could get into the politics of it and I don't want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Especially as a girl, it's hard to get an assistant role because it's very male dominated. Again, that's so much politics in that, and I just, assisting's always good. If you can find an assisting job, perfect. Go for it, because you're going to learn something within like a day than like what we talked about before, learning it in like a year. So I always think that's really valuable, and having mentors, those assistant roles be kind of into mentors. Like I have a few mentors. I hanged out with one yesterday, and like I just see how much my style has developed just because I'm around her a lot. And her work's brilliant. So that in itself, I'm like, whoa, like that's a strong influence in the way that I shoot and the way that I work. Assisting would be great. There's so many ways, but if you want to shoot, I always say just shoot. Then you're going to learn yourself and you're challenged by yourself. Yeah,
put yourself in situations where you have to shoot and you are shooting. Without getting into, I guess, like the politics of all that. So I know what you don't want to talk about. Like, how would you become an assistant to someone? Is it just reaching out to people and saying, hey, can I?
So I always say go to agencies, research agencies in Sydney.
So you're big on that, like just reach out to the agencies. Yep.
And then from there, just say like, hey, like I'm a photographer, I'm starting out, like I would love to get on your roster. And again, sometimes it takes like, even now, like takes like 20 emails, and right now like I've received nothing, like it takes 20 times, like even if
very good
you're not getting the response, okay, cool, I'll come back later, 6 months later. Hello, I'm still here. I will keep on knocking on your door until you say yes, and I will be so resilient. Very good. To get what I want, because I know I can do it. You just, in the mind, I'm like, no, I can do it. You just have to give me a chance. And I think that's also powerful in itself. You just have to keep on knocking on everyone's doors. Even if you say no, okay, cool, subconsciously, they might be busy. Sweet. Knock on 6 months later. It's not a you thing. It's a their thing. So I would say knocking on their doors, even like reaching out to the photographers in itself, because sometimes like for a job, like it's a huge client. So like the photographer wants to know that they trust their team. So the photographer will get on assistants that they know that they trust. So it's more of a relationship with the photographer, not just the agent. True. So I don't know if this kind of all makes sense or not. Yeah, it does. But a photographer or an agent's more inclined to be like, to the photographer who they've got on their roster, oh, so like who do you know, like who do you trust for the job? And the photographer was more inclined to get the assistants that they know and they trust to deliver and help them for the job. And I've only learned that as of very recently. It sounds, I don't know, is it very, I don't want to say cliquey, but like
100%.
I will put that on the table right now. Sydney is so small.
You've got a roster of, these people that you can trust and you reach out to. And this is what I'm getting. The hard part is like being persistent enough to get yourself on that list. I've tried for 5 years and I still haven't got this one agency. I'm like, you know what? One day I'll do it. Stuff you. I'm going to do it. And if, you know what, like Sydney's not my market, I'll go overseas and I'll hit that market. That's a great attitude to have. Cool. I'm not going to waste my time with people who don't value and respect my work. So I'm just going to find somewhere else. And if you come back to me with that work, very good. Where do you think you got that from? From living out west? Yeah, probably. Where people just aren't believing in you. You know what I mean? Like these people don't believe I'm going to make it work anyway. This agency doesn't want to work with me. I'm going to make it work anyway. I'm getting this. Shit. Which is a good thing. It's a really good thing. It's resilient, and it's being persistent and not taking no for an answer. I think, again, like another mentor of mine would be like, mum's half Filipino and Chinese. So like even just that in itself, that work ethic I saw really young. Yes.
was a great influence.
Yep.
I got a really good mentor when I actually studied photography for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Missed out on that.
We skipped that part.
Just tangents. But when I studied photography for a year, I found a really good mentor, and I was so lucky to grab her because she not only taught me how to take a good photo, but she taught me the mindset of photography and just being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And she drilled in me for a year, even like 3 years at max, like shifting my mind. It's like, you have to grab it. Do not say no for an answer. Just keep going.
Mm.
And like without that mindset, I don't think I would be here right now.
Yeah, wow. So mentorship is important to you.
100%. And I just think it's like without her, when I'm like 19, when I was going through a really tough time, like she was like, you need to put all your energy into this. Don't go out party. If you really want this so badly, you will put your head down and work.
Mm.
You will have to say no to you'll have to sacrifice a lot. I've sacrificed my whole 20s for this career. So it's like you have to make your decisions. You have to know who you are. And you have to go guns a-blazing because these people won't have time for you.
Mm.
You have to figure out a way to do it, and you have to do it, and people will come to you when the time's right.
Mm-hmm. You need those people in your life, man. Like that's especially at that age.
Yeah.
In your 20s, like a lot of people just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
And that's fine too, you know, if that's what you want to do. But when you say you not gave up your 20s, but you've obviously made some sacrifices.
100%.
Yeah. And it's not easy to do what you do. Even now, like you've spoken
You're still
about
so young.
Yeah, exactly. And like I was going through a lot of your work, and in one of your captions you quoted that like there are no shortcuts to any place worth going to.
Yeah.
And you've been open about, you know, working second jobs to support your career.
Yeah.
You know, like you've worked hard. It's not easy to kind of get to where you're at right now.
It's so scary because then it's like you have to work like, I think even now I'm working like 4 jobs.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It doesn't feel like it, but it's like I'm a photographer, I'm a teacher. I used to be a bartender, photography assistant.
That's a strong work ethic.
And I sell prints as well, and now I'm like sponsored by Canon, so it's like that's like 6 jobs in itself, which is why
exactly. They all require your energy in different ways.
7, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's how do you manage it all?
No, my boyfriend helps me.
I need help. Yeah, true.
But having those jobs is like, you just have to hustle. You have to get it, and if you want it so badly, you will do it. And again, like the best advice I got from another mentor or like another person I worked for was like, the ones who survive in the industry the longest are the ones who make it. And I'm like, well, that's because people find it tough. They don't want to work. They don't want to work the extra hours. Like they just see the glamorous side of this industry. But then when they know how hard it is, the early call times that you have to wake up at like 4 o'clock to be on set by 6, you could be like out in the middle of nowhere and it's pissing down rain. And you have to like log gear from like a kilometer and you have to make it really fast. Like knowing like the politics of assisting in a male dominated industry, like you have like the mentality of that is just so, it's hard. It's really upsetting. And you have to like, be so resilient.
Yeah, it's not easy to do even just stay in the game and keep going. And I've seen a lot of people succeed because they're just stuck with it. Yeah. Even when it was really, really, really hard. Yeah. And
100%.
Even harder for someone like you, which I agree with.
Yeah. Without getting too much in the politics.
Without getting too much into that. But I also think it's worth highlighting. I don't think it's think it's fair, and it should be highlighted more.
Yeah, and I think honestly, I have worked with some of the most amazing and beautiful guys. Like I can champion them. Like they're such hard workers too. But it's just, I think I'm just highlighting that it is hard for a girl. But again, like I'm so grateful to work with such amazing guys and assistants because they're amazing. They work as equally as hard. Yep. But it's just for us and our world, we do have to work a little bit harder to get onto their level.
Which is completely unfair, and it obviously shouldn't be that way. And it should change by being spoken about more.
Exactly.
You know, the less it's spoken about, the more that type of, thing gets encouraged or overlooked when it really shouldn't. And there are so many people coming up that shouldn't find it harder just because of, who they are or their gender.
100%. I do agree.
Yeah. You've spoken a lot about mentorships
Yeah.
and you having mentors.
Yeah.
You've recently become one by,
Yes.
working with Canon
The
and the Circle, which is really cool and really exciting. I love everything you're doing. For people that don't know, what is the Circle? What's it about? And what are you doing in this space?
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty incredible what they're doing, and it's like still a new thing. But pretty much what the Circle is, it's like we're building a community within like a platform of Discord. So the Circle is bringing people who are in the fashion space, in the music space, and in the travel space. And obviously it's going to expand as we grow the community and we just get a gauge of where we're at. But at the moment, it's people who are in those 3 genres to be invited into this group chat. And we can talk about like community stuff, like gear. We can talk like just anything. It's like something that you wish you had 10 years ago. That's now. That's Canon's like starting and making like building workshops and just having these community events that I wish again I had when I was 10 years old, 12 years old, or like just really young to be invited to and grow that.
I feel the same way. Not when I was 12, but when I started doing this.
Maybe like when I was like
when you were starting
18,
out,
like when
right?
I was starting out.
Same. When I was just starting out, I had questions. I was trying to figure it all out on my own. And I know that made it take a lot longer than it should have for me to figure out. And I wish I had platforms like that where I could just reach out and have people like yourself give me some advice on what I can and can't or what I should be doing.
Exactly.
And you ran your first workshop through the Circle on the weekend. How did that go?
I was so stressed. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that it's over.
It's a lot of work,
you
right?
did yours. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I understand how hard it is. It's super stressful and a lot of work and takes up a lot of energy, especially if you want to do it well. Like you care about it and you want it to be good.
I care so much.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really bad because I'm like, I care so much. I want it to be, I'm such a perfectionist. I'm like, I really want this to be perfect. But then again, I know that I have to drop the perfectionism.
Yeah, true. But how did you find it? How did it go for you? What was it about?
It was really good. So like my whole process was, or the whole like workshop in itself, it was called Idea, Process and Educate. And it was like 3 different pillars on how to produce your own photo shoot, get a team and like just kind of do a live photo shoot and like get hands-on experience. So I split the workshop into theory and practical and then get people who are like the attendees to kind of talk about like their experience, where they're at, and then from there I kind of built on that experience what they needed and then customized it and tailored it to what they want. And then from there we did a whole live photo shoot with a model who's been in the industry for like 10 years and my friend styling. So it was crazy. So they got access to that. And then now they can take home their images and portfolio and use that in their books.
And they learned all this, they did all this and it was free.
Yes.
Damn.
I cared so much.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they got their value out.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is amazing because I got comments.
That's insane.
Through all platforms and like, Steph, what you provided was like the most invaluable experience like that anyone could get, and it was for free. So it was like, I just want to say thank you so much. And I was like, when you think about it, you're like, oh, I just hosted an event, like whatever. But then
you take your knowledge for granted. I think a lot of people do.
And I don't see it because maybe it's a little bit of imposter syndrome or like I just love what I do so much. So it's like, oh, thank you. Like, how do I respond to that?
True.
I just want to stay humble about it too. So it's like, oh, cool. Thank you.
True. But do you realize that you could be playing, or you obviously are playing that role to other people? Like you've spoken about all these mentors that you've had who have taught you things that have stuck with you for years.
Yeah.
Do you realize that you could now be that to someone else?
To be fair, still not really. I still like, I feel like it's a mental thing where it's like, it's a lot of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I still haven't, like, I see big photographers who've been in the game for 20, 30 years. Like those old directors who've been in the game for like 50 years. And like, I need to earn my 50-year mark to like say to do this.
But you can play, I feel like you can play that game forever. You don't think it, and imposter syndrome's like really, it's everywhere. Every creative 100%. I've had on deals with it in their own way.
Yeah.
But we're like, what are your, what are your thoughts? Like, are there parts of it that you've overcome where you feel like I always feel like there's a difference between like being in the room and being in the community and feeling like you belong in the room. Do you feel like you belong in this position?
I do feel like I belong.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
You've worked hard for it.
I've worked really hard, and I can say that I've worked hard. I have videos of me like editing on the bar, like bar table, like ask any of my co-workers what I'm like, and they're like, every single time I had my break in the bar, I would be editing.
Yeah, exactly.
Headphones on, maybe a little chat behind the bar, but I would be so determined and so resilient, so disciplined. And like, I think even with that, I'm like, okay, no, I have earned this, because it's like I've worked hard and I've sacrificed so much to be here. So it's like, if I could give any person education or like help, even the age, because I know that my age is very relatable because I'm still quite young. People are not going to look up to like people in their 50s, 60s, because there's a bridge in the market.
Exactly.
Where it's like people who are like 16, 17 will look up to someone who's like 26, or like maybe like people in their 30s will look at someone like who are my age, because they're like, whoa, like she's done so much already. Like look at that drive and look at that hard work. So it's quite aspirational in that in itself. So when I put that into the mindset and like that psychology, I'm like, okay, cool, maybe I should be here. I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Everything you just said is spot on, and it's exactly what you should be thinking, because it's so true, and it makes you so much more relatable. Yeah, so much more. I would rather that than listen to someone who's so much further ahead, but even if they're so much older too, it makes it hard to relate and connect to that person.
But I respect those guys for so much, because it's like, you have stuck with this for 50 years and you have just mastered your craft. Yep. And that in itself is so respectful and so honourable.
But they have their own audience too, you know, which could be like people like you, right? Who's a completely different audience to the people that you're reaching now. You know, everyone has their place.
Yep. It's so magical.
Yeah. And how did the relationship with Canon start?
4 years ago.
How did that come about?
So I, again, like it's 4 or 5 years in the making. Yeah. I actually worked with a girl. She was actually my assistant like ages ago. Yeah. And she did like, she worked for Canon a little bit. And then from there, without going too much of a tangent, got me like a feature for like Sydney's next upcoming photographers, and I still have it. That I can find for you on Facebook.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then from there,
so they spotted you as someone they could feature in that part of their
and it happened every month as well. Cool. So they asked me to be on it, gave a little blurb and interview. It was cool because it was like the girl who was my assistant, it was the photo that she used that she was on for that shoot, which was like an amazing, like we were down in Bumbo with a parachute, and it was like absolutely like probably one of my favorite photos I've ever like made.
I saw that. Yep.
So she was a part of that shoot, and she was like, hey, like I want those photos that we were doing. Put it on, and then from there I came back from Europe, still continued the relationship and nurtured that relationship because I knew how much value it would be long term. Did a video for them, social content, and then from there did another one like last year. And that's when the program I knew that was brewing, and then they asked me to be in part of the Canon mentor circle. Yep. Late last year, and then now it just kind of evolved and developed to what it is now. So it was like something zero last year. Now it's like doing workshops, being on Frame Fest, getting a lot of public media, and like it's kind of crazy on how much it escalated from 0 to 100.
Does it feel like it's all happened pretty quickly?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
What's this experience been like since being part of it? You've been on Frame like that. Yeah. I watched you guys speak, and when you were
I couldn't fit on my chair. They were bullying me straight up.
They were really high, weren't they? Yeah.
It was actually really funny because one of the guys, Brennan, they all pick on me because I'm so short.
Yeah.
I'm the shortest
I remember those stools were really high.
And they're like, hey, Steph, do you remember the time that you couldn't get on the chair? And I was like, oh my gosh, I could think of it. I'm like, so like when I was watching these videos of me, I'm like, yeah. You can add that to your B-roll.
Yeah, totally. I will. I will fucking get it. How was that Frame Fest experience? Speaking in front of like so many people, being presented as an ambassador and a mentor.
it's crazy because I just landed in the Philippines like a week before. So I was like riding off that experience, just knowing like I had to do it. And again, as a creative, we're not like really trained to speak in front of an audience. Like we're quite the introverted people, because when we're doing our craft, it's like literally no one around us, and we're just head on focus. Like even when we're painting, we're not doing it in front of an audience. We're just doing it by ourselves.
It's like two complete opposite extremes.
Yeah, and it's quite what's the word? Like meditative. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. So it's just like you're doing everything on your own. So going from an environment where you're just by yourself to somewhere where you have to speak in front of an audience of like 200, I think it was like 100 and something people.
There's a lot of people. I was one of them.
Which was crazy because we were like doing jumping jacks before. And I remember I did a race for Sutherland to surf. At 7 a.m. and then I had to get from Sutherland to surf. Again, my life is so weird. Like
it is. That's the most random thing to be doing the morning of a massive speaking event.
I nearly hit a PB, so I was like so happy as well. So it was like doing a race.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then my boyfriend just came back after 3 months from Germany. So like everything was happening in that week. Doing that. And then going to rehearsals and then doing it.
That's
audience.
insane.
And then seeing my friend DJ that night too. So it was like the most weirdest day I could ever experience. But it was like, just in that, it's like we were doing jumping jacks, so much adrenaline. Like, but again, like you have reached what we said. You have worked hard for this moment. You just have to acknowledge it and think about you are one of these 5 people. You got chosen for a reason. Like,
yes, exactly.
Like, they have done their research, so they have strategized why you are here. So bringing that thought pattern in, it's like, no, I am really thankful. I'm here for a reason. And just by that, it's like, okay, cool. I'm here to do what I need to do.
Yes. And you can help people.
Yes.
You know, which is great.
Hopefully, I don't know.
And you know what? You actually did. Like, this isn't even in here. When
I don't know if I said.
No, when you did your talk, do you remember when you got everyone to say hello to the person next to each other? And you were like, that's what this event is for. And you made everyone...
I was really proud of that. I was like, oh my gosh, people are doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know it actually worked? Because I was there with my girlfriend. It was just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
And you made everyone, you said, turn to someone you don't know and introduce yourselves. Yeah. And make friends. She literally made friends with the person next to her. Oh, they said hello. They exchanged details.
Of course they did.
And then a few days later, she goes, Ken, the girl that I said hello to wants to meet for lunch.
Oh, bless.
I swear. And I'm like, it actually worked. Which is really cool. And that's like a reflection of like the type of influence you can have in this role without you even realizing.
I did get inspired by Vince, the guy that I saw the day before.
Yeah.
I did take credit for him because he did the same thing.
Okay. Well, it worked.
But then it worked for our one because no one would have said it as well. And
exactly. And those connections don't happen without you encouraging people to do it.
Exactly.
You know, which I think is part of the role that you're doing. I'm sure at your workshop, people would have met each other that wouldn't have known each other before they walked in there.
But even in that, like that workshop was pretty incredible because I met so many people and I have like a group photo of all of us. I'm like, wow, like.
So cool.
I like the studio manager, Chantal, she's like an amazing photographer. And I would be like, I always said to her, I was like, I look up to you and it's not imposter syndrome, but I'm like, I respect you as well. And it's so amazing that you're helping me out and.
Exactly.
Just that support. And
don't you think, like you've spoken about when you started out in this career, going to the events that you were organising at the art museum.
Yeah.
You're talking about Fashion Week and the parties, not the parties, but the events that you were organising.
Yeah.
And all the opportunities and everything you learned from those spaces.
Yeah.
And now you've got your own space where you can provide that for other people that are in that position. Do you think that?
That's like, well, when you put that, I'm like, oh, okay. This is pretty incredible. Like, what the hell?
You know, like you've said that those things were really pivotal in the early stages of what you were doing. And you learned so much, especially when you're out by yourself in Western Sydney somewhere.
Yeah.
And
you should come next time.
I'm totally open to it. I'll go to the farm. But these events and putting yourself in these environments with other creatives, they shape your career, right? And you've actually created your own.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's really, really cool.
I still remember going to Bonnie Hanson's one like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm like, I can still remember like walking up like Oxford Street. I can still remember it clear as day, like assisting her and like going to a workshop and just being a part of like a live photo shoot, working with a real model and just hearing her, the way that she speaks and like her editing process. I'm like, you just learn so much.
Yep. And even the people in there, like I've run 2 events now, and thank you. And like I think the rewarding part is that people come there and they meet each other and they make new friends who could create work of their own elsewhere, somewhere, you know, and it's got nothing to do with me. No. I've just created the space where that could happen. And I think that feels really good.
You design the environment.
Yeah, you know.
And then you let the environment work.
Exactly. Especially when you're not the only one who said that, like, it's a lonely space. Yeah. You know, and creating these opportunities where people can not feel so lonely anymore are important.
And that's why the circle was created.
Exactly. And I was going to say, that's why the circle's a really, really good program.
The same phrase I had to say.
Yeah, totally. And how often are you going to run these? Like, how can people get involved in it?
So they could get involved by going to the link in the Canon page. And then it's called Join the Circle. And then from there, they can register through Discord and then choose a genre that they can. You can also choose multiple genres. That's as a recent ad. Like, so if you're interested in fashion but want to do music, vice versa, they're more than able to do that.
Yeah, that's
and then
insane. Join in. I can't believe it's free. So like, you can go on there and just ask questions about the fashion industry, and you get someone with industry experience help you out. And then you've also got these workshops where they can meet you in person and actually do the thing.
It's pretty incredible.
That's sick.
And it's kind of like it works like a game as well. It's like you get like as many points as possible. So like you could like go from chat, and then from chat you'll earn points and how much you comment. So it really gives you
it encourages you to engage.
Yeah. And then once you open more points, you're unlocking a new chapter. So it could be like chat could be, I think, the first one, and then get inspired. And then the next thing would be like BTS photos, or like the top one would be like ask your mentor, like kind of like a personal DM.
I love that.
So it's like, yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like it's more, the more that you contribute, the more that you earn points to access more things.
How good is that? That's a really good idea. Yep. Especially when you think of the type of we've already said it, they're like very introverted. So you have to encourage these people to engage, because some people really want to, but they're too shy or afraid to reach out. Yeah. But if you what's the word? Gamify the process and turn it into a bit of a game. Hopefully you get these people come out of their shell a bit.
And it's like the best way, because like you're dropping your ego, you're actually just contributing, and then from contributing you're engaging, and then from that, like, it just create friends, you create a community, and you're literally earning like points through building a community.
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yes,
that's very cool.
There you go.
We're all learning something. Yeah, totally. I will. I wanted to go to your event on the weekend, but I had mine on the same day.
We can teleport. We can like
we can teleport.
We could have FaceTimed.
Yeah, totally.
Damn it.
I've got to come. I will come to one.
Next one. We have a big one.
When?
Don't know yet, but I know that disclosure NDA.
Yep.
Or whatever it is.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
I know that we're gonna have like all of us 5 people. Is it 5 or 4 of us? I think 5.
Yep.
5 of us like join and do a group.
Oh wow. Yep. That's cool. That's very cool.
But I am hosting 2 online workshops.
Okay, cool.
From now to the start of next year.
Okay, so we can look out for them. You'll just promote them on your page and on the Canon site.
Exactly.
Cool. And what about like, do you feel like you're growing your personal brand? You know, like I feel like a lot of this, you've shared a lot of your story on your page, and especially with the Canon side of this taking off now. Do you feel like that growing your personal brand is creating more opportunities for you?
Exactly.
You know, like people are, I'm assuming here, you tell me whether I'm right or wrong, people would start to want to work with you because they know of you, your values, what you've been through, your story, and they want to work with you specifically rather than just because of your work.
100%. I think, again, another really good advice that I got given is like, people don't want to work with people who they don't like. People want to work with people that they do like. People also want to see the person behind the photo and what their story is.
Correct.
Because, again, people buy into that. I say this all from like a strategy sense, but it's like people want to see the person behind the actual photo or the actual like byproduct.
Yeah.
So the consumer or like the customer will want to know like why this person wants to create the work, why, like all these whys.
Yes.
And it's also really good to show the behind the scenes, and I'm kind of really diving into and doubling down on TikTok because that's a really great platform.
Okay, cool. I didn't know
To
that.
share the story. Yeah, you should get onto it.
I will.
And really grow that audience because it's the level of education and just really fostering like who that personality is behind the photo.
Yeah.
And that's so powerful in itself.
I agree. And it gives the work more depth
Mm-hmm.
within your own work. Like you were saying before, how much you appreciated the work when you went overseas and you actually saw it because you knew the story behind it rather than just knowing the work itself. You knew the story behind it.
Yeah.
And then when you did actually get the chance to see it, you appreciated it so much more because of you knew the artist, you knew the story behind the work.
100%.
And the same should be said for like your own work.
Yeah. And I've had clients reach out to me like, they're like, oh, we found you on TikTok. And I'm like, oh, gross. But like they have said like, we really love your TikTok and I've seen you and it's like, I really want to work with you. It's like clients have like mentioned it's really hard to find photographers who are really good but also have a really good personality or just have a really nice personality. And their work speaks for itself. So it's like, that's what clients have said to me in terms of feedback. It's like, it's really good to show your personal brand.
Yes.
Including your work as well, because your work in this market doesn't do justice. You have to provide more to the audience.
Yes.
To get them to buy in.
True. Especially these days in the world that we live in through social media. People want to know the person behind it.
Yeah.
And you have a good story to tell too. You're very relatable.
Do I? I don't know. My boyfriend just thinks I'm a mess 24/7.
I think
they're like,
you're a mess.
He wakes up and he's like, you're just so disheveled. And I'm like, oh, don't say that.
You're all over the place.
He's like, you're all over. He's like,
with your 7 jobs.
He's just like, just stay calm. I don't know.
Just calm down.
Yeah.
Very cool. But in saying that, through I don't know whether it's through your brand or I'm sure it's through your work, you've had some pretty big jobs that you've done. Yeah. What are some of your dream jobs? When you were speaking at FrameFest, you were speaking about doing a job in St. Bart's.
Yeah.
How was that? How do these jobs come about? What have been like your dream?
I do say I've gotten a lot of dream jobs this year.
Yeah.
I still can't fathom. I'm like,
how have they come about? Tell me about them.
A whole lot of hustle and hard work and networking. So much willpower. Like, again, but it's like all those 5 years, 10 years of just starting when you're 12 to now, like, it does pay off. Yep. You just have to stick with it. And that hard work and resilience just so, like, it pays off so much. Because now, like, again, like, maybe 5 years ago I was working in my, like, room till, like, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm like, I hope this pays off. Like, you're crying and you're, like, just wishing, like, it does work. To now, like, going to St. Bart's, what you said, circling back to that, like, getting a whole trip to assist one of your dream photographers. That was so exciting. And I'm so honoured, and I still love Em and I still work with Em, and, like, so it was, like, Emily Bay that I worked for, and I just love her. And what she does is incredible, and she's been in the industry for 20 years now, and she's worked so hard. So it's really nice to have a mentor like that to learn from and work with. And she gave me a job with Amber Skeets. That was also really amazing. Obviously with Canon being represented, not even represented, but, like, supported by a company that I work for or shoot with. That's really, like, unreal. And like, just little jobs like Vogue Philippines. I got
you did a wedding for Vogue, didn't you? Like, that ended up on Vogue.
So I did a wedding for Vogue last year with the DMAs. Yep. That was really incredible. And I, like, when I was editing, I was listening to their music.
That's cool.
Whilst I was editing. So I got that through another mentor of mine. And then I did Vogue Philippines the day after I got back from the Philippines. Wow. Volunteering for 2 weeks.
Wow. What was the Philippines like? I saw you post about it, and it was...
There will be coming more tonight.
Oh, really?
Finished the final edit yesterday, so I'm like, yes.
How cool.
Finally done.
Well, I saw you post about it, and you did say, like, as much as you wanted to rush into it. You really wanted to take your time with
Yeah.
these because it meant a bit more to you
Yeah.
then.
And now the work for the editorial is coming out like next month, so it's going to be like really exciting to showcase.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And they like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I still can't believe now, like, they pushed the whole shoot back in accordance to my trip, which I felt so bad with. But they're like, no, we really want you to be a part of it.
Wow.
So they moved it back and they had to like rush through the edits within the week, and we got it done, which was amazing. But it was like, they moved the whole shoot.
Wow.
Vogue moved the shoot to accommodate for myself, and like I had to wrangle my team together, and
Wow.
they were just absolute champions and worked so hard that day as well, shooting this like brief. And yeah, it's going to be really amazing because it's in print for the September issue.
Very cool. Damn, that's so cool.
Coming back and just honouring that kind of side.
Yeah, of course. Because you learned a lot, right? You said you learned a lot about where your parents came from and your culture.
Yeah.
Was that a good experience?
It was amazing. It was like I was volunteering doing construction work.
Wow, no way.
I do like to prove the point where girls can do the same thing. So I was like lifting up barrels, like getting the shovel and like making like things out of nothing with our bare hands, like putting cement, making swings for the kids, and the kids would come out and it would just be like so wholesome to see kids play.
That's amazing.
And like painting murals, and I have like all these murals that I painted when I was overseas, and coming back and shooting a really big editorial for Vogue was a full circle moment.
I can imagine.
Especially being at 26, like I've always wanted to be on Vogue before I was 30.
I know. I'm sad. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Like, you're 26 and you're achieving a lot. A lot of your dream shoots are coming to life.
Yeah.
How do you set goals from here moving forward?
I want to move overseas to London.
You want to move to London?
Yes.
That's a big goal.
And crack that moment.
Yeah. Why?
Because I think the level of creativity is a lot more extensive overseas. Australia's 15 years behind the whole world, including fashion, art, and everything that they do in terms of their production. Australia's 15 years ahead. I mean, behind, 15 years behind. So to hit that market, that would be pretty incredible because they're working with some of the best talent in the world, working with some of the best production sets assistants, DOPs, gaffers, like some of the best in the business are working in that international experience, and I really want to be a part of that world.
How do you achieve that, you think?
Right now, I have been doing a lot of emailing, doing a lot of research, knowing my times, earning as much money as I can here. And I think a lot of it had to be like growing up in myself. I think I couldn't have done moving overseas when I was like really young. I don't think I would be mentally as strong. So I'm glad that I've waited till now to be mentally strong, or like have really good people like my boyfriend and like other people to help support. You need that, right? It's
important.
I don't think, again, like, yes, you have your creative friends, but I also very much do think you need people outside of the industry to help you, because you need that break. You have to switch off.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Like, you need that. Otherwise, it's like, it would just make me insane. Like, I do go down to the coast so much just to switch off. Or like switch off entirely. Or like, even if I still work, I'm still surrounded by like good people, friends, like anyone not a part of the industry to talk about real life things.
That's important.
I think I need that to go overseas.
True. Because when you do have that time, you come back better creatively.
Yes, correct. And then I can double down on the work. When I want to focus, I can focus. But then when I need that break, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I can do that too.
Yeah, and making time for that is really important.
I've only learned that as of late.
Me too.
So
Mom taught me that.
It's always good to have your creative friends that I value so much, like big sisters and big brothers. But you also do need the people who are just outside the industry to be like, just to ground you.
And switch off for a bit.
And that was like my bartending experience. It's like I could do these amazing things photography wise, but then I would have to humble myself and work at a bar. I wouldn't use that as a strategy, but it's like it just helped me in a way where I would play OzTag, or I would play things that or like do things outside of this industry, and I'm like, amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It's very easy to get like consumed by it all and just have it be your whole life.
Yeah.
When there's so much more to it, and when you disconnect for a bit,
Yeah.
you show up so much better, and
And-
you avoid burnout and all that type of thing.
And burnout's crazy as well because like I've had my fair share. I'm probably still in a burnout phase now, like 10 years of burnout.
Yeah.
But again, like you can be in burnout, but you can learn how to control and manage it way better
Yes.
by taking yourself out for these environments and then coming back in when you're ready. And then like even communicating that to clients. It's like, hey, like I can't do this now, but like I'll get back to you when I can.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Even if you're burned out to the max, at least you're communicating that you can't back now, and clients respect that even more when you're being communicative. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
Again, another tangent, sorry.
No, it's good. I've experienced the same thing, and I'm getting better at it, but I still find it
to
hard.
talk about it.
Yeah, I know. There's so much.
Shit.
But I feel the same way, and even more so. Like something that I've been learning, like this past week, is like when you're really busy, like you don't have to attend to everything straight away. Like just because someone messaged you doesn't mean you have to stop it. Like I will reply, but I don't have to do this now if I'm too busy. Like learning to say no.
Yeah.
Or not even say no, but just be like, hey, like communicating
Boundaries.
and having those boundaries. Just because you reached out to me for this doesn't mean I have to add it to my list of things to do when I already have a million other things going on right now. And it could be the busiest week.
Yeah.
And having those boundaries and respectfully saying, hey man, appreciate you reaching out, but I've got to get back to this in like a week because I'm getting smashed right now. And I used to
people respect you for that more.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's urgent, you could prioritize that. Like if they're coming back, like if you want, cool. You say like you can respond to it.
Yeah, well, you've got to respect your own energy and your own time.
100%, especially in a world like we're doing free work as well. It's like, I even said to a client the other day, it's like, hey, like I can do this, but in a month. And you need to respect that.
Exactly.
Because then I can even bring on a bigger team and a bigger production. Like,
and you're going to have my time and my focus. You're going to get a way better result than me trying to do it right now in the middle of my 7 other jobs that I've got going.
And it's like, I don't want to sacrifice the work of like to those other clients. And I've like now strategically planned my September of like, I only have one client, a really big travel client that I'm doing. And I want to focus all my energy to that because I know that that's a really big job with a lot of money. And I know that my work will be relying on their funding as well.
Yep.
So it's like I need to strategically, if anyone asks me for a job now, sorry, it has to be in October, November. Because I just need to really focus on that and like prioritizing and time. Like you cannot get back time. That's like the one thing I've learned in a book as well. It's like you cannot buy time. Money can buy you anything in the world, but it can't buy you time and valuing loved ones and really, like, again, like...
And valuing yourself.
Exactly.
Too. And you are that type of person. I know because we were meant to do this last week.
Yep.
But you weren't feeling your best.
No.
And you were honest and you actually said, I want to show up 100% and give you my time the right way.
Exactly.
Can we do this another time?
Yep.
And I had so much respect for that. Because that's exactly how you should handle situations like that. And I feel better because I'm like, she actually cares and she wants to show up and be her best.
And I care about you. I care about this podcast. Like, I care about like showing up to people who like actually matter because then it'll benefit you.
Yep, exactly.
But then if you stuff me around, see you later.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to go both ways.
Yeah,
it's very true. If someone gives you that respect, you've got to give it back.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't demand respect from other people if you're not giving it to them.
Exactly.
Also.
But if you stuff up, cool, just communicate that with me.
Yeah.
Maybe we need some time apart, cool. And then you can get back to it. Like, I also do understand that. But it's like, respect is so huge for me. But it's also like, sometimes I've made my own mistakes too. We're all human.
Of course.
So sometimes, like, if I've done something wrong in the past, okay, cool. Like, I'll try and communicate that to my best of my ability. And then if it doesn't work out, let's have time and then we can come back to it. That would be like my other solution, like not going hard and like, no, you don't have my respect anymore. But it's also like, there's always 2 sides to every story.
Yep.
And sometimes maybe things just might take time.
You can tell you've got a lot of like experience in like this, like you've got a good outlook on
me.
Yeah, on how to handle situations, and
sometimes
I feel like a lot of it's come from experience.
But I still do make mistakes as well, but like. I'm glad that like my boyfriend's like a pro athlete or like he's gone through it as well.
True. There are a lot of similarities, right?
Yes, exactly. And he's actually now taught me like how to just chill out and just like take on situations. And he's taught me so much in that world. And communication's a huge thing as well, which I've learned in the last like 1 year being with him, because he's so big on that.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of the lessons that you've shared, I'm like, I've learned them through like experience.
Yeah.
Like I had to go through it and be like, oh, there's a better way to deal with this.
Yeah. And it's because we care so much as well. So like we'll put our heart and soul into something, and since as creators we're so sensitive to every single bloody thing, it hurts us even more because we just care.
Yeah, you don't want to let anyone down.
Exactly. And like that's the thing, like again, maybe it's just myself, like I care so much about other people and that, so when that gets hurt, I just shut down. So it's like knowing that now and having that awareness, I'm like, okay, cool, like I know what to do for next time and how to back myself.
Yep.
And conserve that energy and what we were saying beforehand.
And I feel like you're in a place where you do back yourself now. Like you're having goals of going overseas.
Yes.
And you sound like confident in being able to do that. Yes. I feel like that's probably come from you backing yourself and getting into the position you're in now.
Yes.
Like if you can make all this happen for you now, why not?
Exactly. Why not? I'll do it. I'll see you next year in London.
Totally. Yes. Yeah. And I totally believe that you'll be there too. You know, to be able to achieve everything that you have, there's no reason why you can't. Like you've got the work ethic, you've got the attitude, you know, there's no reason why you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm excited for you. Now, for like getting towards the end, if you were to try and get to where you were from the beginning, right? We go back to the start. Are there things that you probably would have done less of, and are there things that you probably would have done more of to get to where you are now?
Stop caring about what other people think of you.
Sooner.
Yep. It doesn't go that deep. Always take things with a grain of salt. Because again, like we care so much, it's not that deep. I always say that, because that also brings into your work. It's like you care so much, so you'll edit something a lot more longer. Don't edit it that much, just get the work out there. But again, like that also helped drive my work, that care factor. Taking situations with a grain of salt. So like if you get presented with a conflict, just figure it out. Again, it will get better. You'll stuff up, own it, drop your ego, work on it again. It's okay. And again, like maybe like you just have to say, it will be okay. I think one of the best quotes like I heard last week was like, just stay till tomorrow. Just kick at it till tomorrow. It will be okay.
Then it'll work out.
It will, honestly, it always does. Just drop the stress. It will be okay and keep on going at it. No matter how much the industry spits you out, it will be okay. Just drop it, find a solution, and get back onto it. Yeah,
it always works out.
It always works out.
But it's definitely not easy.
It's not easy at all. It's not easy.
Yeah, the sticking with it is probably the hardest part.
But if you make a mistake, cool. That mistake is so much knowledge in itself, because you know what to do for next time. And then you just kind of grow and build from that situation. So when you're presented with a really hard situation, you know how to work yourself emotionally and physically to present yourself to those people who are stressed out. And that's kind of like a strategy in itself. And I wish, again, like someone told me that, like starting out, no matter how hard this industry rejects you, you just have to keep on going. And you know it will work, because you'll see other people do it too.
Yeah, don't let it
hinder you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stay till tomorrow and work hard. It'll be okay.
Exactly. And I feel that's why we need to highlight more people like you, man. It's true. Because there are a lot of people that will feel that rejection and feel like they're not welcome and give up. Especially,
like, again, like being half Asian as well.
Exactly. True.
Coming from that mindset, like, again, like I really still remember at parties, and like even now, like there would be like, so when is this hobby over? Like I remember my mum saying like, when is photography over? Like get yourself a real job. And it's like that in itself, I'm like it feels like it's your heart, because again, like we're so sensitive. So you just have to keep on fighting and fighting and fighting, no matter, like even in social situations, what is photography going to do? It was only until I got like Canon, I got sponsorships, I've got big editorials to be like, okay, cool, like now I'm proud of you. But it took 7 to 10 years to get to that point of proving people wrong.
That's really powerful.
Yeah. But now, like, again, like, I still want to hit the London marker, so I have to bring that mindset over there, knowing that I can still do it. So it's like starting from scratch again. But now I have the tools and how to work myself in those environments.
Yeah, exactly. You've built yourself up into a person that can do that. And it's exactly what you said. Like, you probably wouldn't have been that person 5 years ago.
No.
You had to build yourself into this person.
Yeah.
that
so
can
now
do
I
it.
know how to approach those situations and what to do. And I have people who can back me if I do get it back into those mental states. Cool. Just get me out of this funk. Let's move on. Let's work on the next thing.
Because they're going to come. Like, everyone deals with those.
Exactly.
Yep. I agree. That was really good.
But
that was very good. You're very inspiring.
No.
I love it. I love it. And but like, my last question is just like, do you have any dream collabs that you haven't done moving forward? Like, what's a dream job or collaboration that you'd love to have?
There's two.
Okay.
First of all, I would love to work with or assist a huge photographer overseas.
Who?
I don't know, anyone
Big
Zoe
one.
Gertner, I love Lachlan Bailey. Lachlan Bailey's Australian. Just assist a huge photographer overseas. And then also get onto the runways in Milan, Paris and New York. I think that's always been a dream of mine, to shoot overseas and shoot big celebrities and just be backstage at a Paris show, or backstage at a Jill Sanders or The Row. That would be huge. Anything for me international right now.
Yep.
Shooting for The Row, shooting for Celine, shooting for these huge house brands would be such a dream. Or even just assisting in that space would be a dream of mine. And that's what I want to strive towards.
That's the goal. You got plenty of time.
Yes, I know. Again, I'm I'm still 26. I do have time.
Yeah. Do you realize that?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
You feel like you got to do it now.
And that's really transparent of me. I feel like I have to do everything now.
Yeah. Which I don't think is a bad thing.
Yes.
It's so because it's been working for you so far. You've made
Yes.
so much happen in such a short period of time.
So I need to slow down.
Yeah, it's also about learning to slow down and appreciating it all.
Yes. And being humble and grateful. But those would be my two things I would want to work towards.
Yeah. I can see why Canon want you to be an ambassador. You're really good at this. Very inspiring. It's not just your story. You can articulate it well. Maybe you've been practicing doing these workshops and being in front of people. You said you teach as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And it really does come across. Very good.
Thank you.
Very
I
good
appreciate it.
storytelling. A lot of really good lessons that you know how to share well.
My boyfriend may think it's just the dishevelled.
She's all over the place.
All over the ADHD, but
Yeah. No, this has been great. And I can't believe this is your first podcast.
Yeah.
How have you found it?
Good. I feel like I've just been talking to a mate.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it
I
is.
love it. Let's get coffee after. Let's do it. We're besties now.
You said, we should be doing this down at the pub.
Yeah. See, there you go. I can never leave the pub life.
Yeah, true. This has been really good. I'm really excited to see everything that you've got coming in the future, especially because the circle is so new.
Exactly.
So to see something come together, I'm like, this could be something super cool.
Yeah.
And I really look forward to coming to one of your workshops.
Thank you. And I feel like no other camera brand is doing it as well. No one's creating community like Canon's doing. So it takes special work with really great people like Tim, Brendan, McCarmy, Darcy.
True. They were really inspiring in the talk at Frame First.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And it's just so cool to see my kind of co-members Darcy's shot for Dean Lewis went on tour. Mac just shot the Wednesday cast for Netflix.
Yep.
Brendan has worked with amazing artists Khaled, Billie Eilish. Now working with Baby J on tour, and he's 25, 26 too, and TK just traveling the world and working with great brands like Adobe. So just to be in that space of mentorship and it's so inspiring as well because they've worked hard. So it's just to be in that community within the mentors. It's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. And you're very deserving to be in that part of that group as well.
Thank thank you. Thank you. I'm like shy. I'm like, oh, whatever.
No, don't be shy. You got to embrace it. Well, thanks so much for your time, for coming
Anytime.
down.
Thank you.
And for sharing as much as you have. This was fun.
Thank you. I've had fun.
Good.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Steph.
You know what? We're going to end on a handshake.
Oh, we're going to end on a handshake.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Or like I always do this.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That was good. Thanks, Steph.